Hey, hey, I hope all is well. I am fully vaccinated. As of today, I am fully vaxxed, and this is my second dose. Now, I did take a Tylenol. I'm going to take a Tylenol again before I go to bed tonight, but I am fully vaxxed. I am Moderna-ish vaxxed. But however, I will still be double masking. And why? Thank you. Why I be double masked is because I live in a city where it's almost 9 million people. And I know out of those 9 million people, not 50% of this city is fully vaccinated. So I don't know what's going on, but it's time to do some more outreach so people in neighborhoods, diverse neighborhoods, can go and get vaccinated. Because obviously, we're still not a place at herd immunity, and I don't know we will be soon as a country. Because I feel like some states are fucking it up for us, and I feel like some places in the city is fucking it up for us in American cities. But I am fully vaxxed as of today. But I will be wearing my mask outside and indoors. The only time I'll take off my mask is around my family. But I'll be socially distanced around my mama and my dad and my sisters. Because my mom also got her first dose, and she'll be getting her second dose next month. My sisters and my father are supposed to get vaccinated. My brother-in-law is vaccinated too. But I'm happy that I'm fully vaxxed. But I'm masked up. Because COVID is still in the air. But as I'm fully vaccinated, people like to F with me. But before people effing with me, because I'm going to save that for last, Joe Manchin, and I'm just going to wrap this up. He doesn't want to kill the filibuster. He wants to keep the same Jim Crow spirited era thing. Joe Manchin is the typical redneck white man. I'm not surprised that he wants to keep the filibuster. I mean, he'll be at retirement age in the next, 3.5 years? But holding on to your constituency, which you're not going to be in office that long, what you trying to do here, Joe? And yes, Chuck Schumer should do his job. He needs to do better. He needs to do his job, and he needs to get things done. But he's just not the only one. You have others in Senate leadership on the Democratic side. You have Dick Durbin, who is trying to do his best. Then you have Elizabeth Warren and Mark Warner, who's supposed to actually get more Democrats elected to the Senate. Obviously, they failed to do that. I mean, we wouldn't have to rely on a Joe Manchin vote if the two people in Senate leadership, that's supposed to get people elected, did their job. Mark Warner and Elizabeth Warren. You could have got Mike Espy elected. Sarah Gideon could have easily beat Susan Collins. Joni Ernst is freaking stupid. You could have got that Teresa chick. We knew we wasn't going to get Texas, and that was a dead story. But all these other Senate races you could have got, and you didn't. You could have even kept, Doug Jones in there. But, of course, Mark Warner and Elizabeth Warren didn't do their job getting people in the Senate elected. So, yes, Chuck Schumer is to blame, but you also got others in Senate leadership like Elizabeth Warren and Mark Warner. And I know everybody gonna get mad because I came for, their golden Elizabeth Warren. But Elizabeth Warren was so hell-bent on not being the Democratic nominee for president last year that she did not do her job as a senator to get other people running for Senate on a Democratic ticket elected. And so did Mark Warner. He didn't do his job neither. They dropped the ball. So to all of the Warren supporters online especially, because it seemed like the real ones, they moved on. I know some. They moved on. But these ones online, you guys are nothing but impotent fools. Jackasses, as I might say. Dumb. Ignorant as fuck. So if you're mad, kiss my ass. But, I would like to also address this, these Republicans too, coming with their cheap ass infrastructure bill. Most of your Republican senators represent the most poorest places in the United States. And yet, you want to come up with some $928 billion infrastructure bill. Like that shit gonna do something. Everything in America is going up. The cost is going up. Thank you, Donald Trump, for fucking up, trade deals and shit. Like you was the best thing since cream cheese. Sour ass cream cheese at that. But I mean, y'all really gonna do that to your constituents? There's people in South Carolina that got the weakest broadband ever. And yet you want to come with some $928 billion? Like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck are you to do that? And then Joe Biden came up with his $6 trillion plan to, keep the, save the economy even more from tanking, which is a great idea. And with his other big bill that he passed before he got here, you have Republicans, trying to take credit for the American Rescue Plan to get our $1,400 and the child care tax credit. Like they voted for the shit. Not one Republican voted for that bill. Let me say this again. Not one Republican from the House to the Senate voted for the American Rescue Plan. Not one. Not one. But yet, people want to take credit, and the president is so shady, and I love it. Shady Biden. But Joe Biden has always been this way. He always been a little potty mouth. Even President Obama was like, Joe, calm down. But Joe seems to not care. If I was Joe, I wouldn't care neither. So, I would like to... Here's a list of Republicans who touted the American Rescue Plan investments. Here's the following names. Senator Wicker of Mississippi touted the restaurant revitalization fund. Rep. Kevin McCarthy, he did the same thing. Elise Stefanik, upstate New York. Keep in mind, upstate New York. Rep. Beth Van Dye, she did the same thing. Rep. Greg Pence of Indiana. Rep. Jamie Herrera Butler of Washington. Rep. Troy Balderson of Ohio. Rep. Anthony Gonzalez of Ohio. Rep. David Madison Catron of North Carolina. Rep. Alex Mahoney of West Virginia. Rep. Zedlin of Strong Island, New York, who's running against Andrew Cuomo. That's if Andrew Cuomo decides to run. They're going to feel stupid once Trish starts to run. And Rep. Andrew Garbino of upstate New York. And another representative of New York. Upstate New York. The upstaters and the out of the borough people. No, one from Long Island. Yeah, one from Staten Island. Yeah, the failed GOP mayoral candidate that couldn't even beat Bill de Blasio. Yeah, those people. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Republicans. 12 in the House of Representatives, 1 in the Senate, touted the benefits of the American Rescue Plan and voted against the bill. Each and every last one of these people. Newsflash to the Grand QAnon Party. You don't get to do that. don't get to tout Joseph Robinette Biden, or I should say President Joseph Robinette Biden and Vice President Kamala Devi Harris's American Rescue Plan. You don't get to do that. Not at all. When you voted against the bill. So we don't get our $1,400. And yes, Chuck Schumer should do more of his job. But one thing he delivered on, the American Rescue Plan. They even got Redneck Joe Manchin III to even vote for that shit. And that's because he was cornered. So, newsflash to the Republicans and the Republican pundits and the Twitter pundits who want to be relevant. Keep the vice president and the president's name out your mouth, including the American Rescue Plan. Because you guys do not get to tout shit. So shut the hell up. That is the GOP in a nutshell. But I would like to revert to New York politics because I am a born and bred New Yorker. But before I get to this, I'm going to read some of the comments. The USMCA, yeah, I know what that ain't shit either because it's identical to NAFTA. The only difference is Canada is their fraction more across for Americans to sell things like dairy. Oh, okay. That's true. And I think there's more. They forgot about Petty Joe. Absolutely. And I just talked about that, Enrique. So, yeah. But I'm going to shift gear to New York politics because obviously I'm salty. I'm OD mad. But then again, when I called this shit out, nobody listened to me. Everybody think I was shilling for this person and shilling for that person. Everybody was waving their salty ass fingers at me. Everybody was catching an attitude. People were, some fellow K-Hivers were all in my motherfucking comments getting all tight and getting all pissed off and shit with me. People were sending me direct messages being all upset, and I ain't calling nobody motherfucking ass out. But I would like to say this. I was right. I was right because I've been paying attention to this mayor race when people started entering this race. And the first person I was paying attention to was Maya Wiley. Because she was I'm still considering her, but I don't know it's going to be first choice. Because the things that gave me red flags is when she started, having these therapy groups with Lindsay Boylan and all of that. That was one red flag. With Lindsay Boylan and Charlotte, whatever her name is. And then just going off on Andrew Cuomo. Which I'm like, focus on the task at hand. Focus on the mayoral race. Do not focus on him. That is a state issue that is being handled by the AG and other prosecutors. So that is one. Another red flag to me was when she started using the talking points of Elizabeth Warren. I have a plan for that. I am the only woman that's running for mayor. There's 109 men that were mayors, and I'm going to be the first one. There's 2 other women in the race. Forgot about that? So that was another red flag. Others when she had the likes of the Warrenites and her campaign when some of them were a little salty about the Democratic Party and salty about Elizabeth Warren not being selected as vice president. Yeah. And then her debate performance was great. But then she going after people that people never went after her because people never went after her. She's not even a target to a lot of people. If anybody she was supposed to go after, was she went after him on Twitter, but then going after him in the debates was Andrew Yang. And she didn't. The only one that stuck to the task at hand going after Yang was Adams. And it was rightfully so. Then she started bringing up the purity test. Her and Diane. Why y'all doing that? I have no idea. This is not what it's about now. What it's about is trying to have a plan, propose your plan so people can vote for you, because honestly, no one likes de Blasio. Definitely not Republicans, not even Democrats. And in your mayor role, you're going to have to work with the governor eventually. And what Bill de Blasio failed to do is work with the governor. He tried to overrule the governor. That is the problem. And as much as the governor, he got his own faults too, but one thing he know how to do, he know how to lead. Something that Bill de Blasio failed to do. And his bungle up COVID response was a direct indication. And if it wasn't for the governor, New York would have had 1 million deaths, because we was projected to have 1 million deaths of COVID because we are the largest city in the nation. Yeah. But, so there was a couple flags. But this shit, and then, the teach out endorsement. Excuse me? What? When she said shit about the Democratic Party, which that's not cool neither. And then you're not as big as known in New York, and her endorsement is not a good endorsement. And then now it's Our Revolution endorsement. The Bernie Sanders corrupt dark campaign. The same organization that got NDAs on several folks, including some folks that appeared on Fox News as commentators. And also been discriminatory against black women that worked for them. So, as I said, and I'm going to say this, and it may break somebody's hearts, but I got to tell the truth. I'm very disappointed in Maya Wiley and this catering to the far left. I want to just enlighten folks. The New York City electric, when it comes to the Democratic Party, when it comes to black and Hispanic voters, it's almost like South Carolinian voters. They're very pragmatic. They're going to vote for somebody that has experience and that can lead and not be emotional. Because New York is a very tough city. One of the toughest cities, excuse me. If you can't make it here, you can't make it anywhere. You can't. But back to Maya. So there was 5 alarms that pissed me off, and this 5th alarm or 6th alarm, I'm so through. I am so mad that she has the Our Revolution endorsement. So my question is to Miss Wiley. What the heck you were thinking accepting this endorsement? I understand the poll numbers were, you tanked a little bit in the poll numbers, but this endorsement? I'd rather you had an endorsement from, Maduri Jones or somebody. Not this shit. Like, I am super, super disappointed because you got a good endorsement from Hakeem Jeffries. That is great. And Hakeem Jeffries is big in New York. But now it's like you went from great endorsement to this bullshit. This is why, and I'm going to be real, she's going to be number 2. I had Eric Adams at number 2, but Eric Adams just got shifted to number 1, and now she's number 2. So I'll see what happens. Because more than likely, and what's going to happen, Adams is going to skate away with this nomination. Because nobody's taking Andrew Yang seriously. Diane Morales is having problems with her campaign. Let's see. Donovan and McGuire is like, they're done. And Garcia may have some hope. Garcia and Stringer may have some hope. But who is skating away with this nomination is Adams. Adams is the best position right now. He's ready for day one, has a plan, and is on the ground organizing. His posters is all over Harlem. Maya's posters is like some parts of Harlem, but his posters is all over Harlem, from 110th Street all the way to 155th. That's Harlem. So, as I said before, I was right all along. I knew I had a feeling about this. It so happened that my feeling and my suspicion about Maya catering to the far left in the city was true. And I am sadly disappointed. So Maya, I hope that endorsement was worth it for you, because now you just gave your campaign an RIP. But however, I will still rank you in the top 3. Let me read your comments. I saw people posting about it, and I was like, wow, Shantae was right. Laugh out loud, which made me not all that surprised. Exactly. Lee, I knew it. I knew it. Like, I knew it. And everybody was just coming at me. People that felt coming at me. And I'm just like, no, this is not good. Like, Maya is supposed to solidify her young black base, not the young white base. Most of them don't even vote Democratic. We learned that in 2016 and 2020. If anything we didn't learn, we learned not to trust a lot of white voters. Male and female. If anything we didn't learn. But obviously, I think people in the Democratic Party is not learning their lesson catering to the far left. We're not supposed to make concessions. And like, who the fuck are they? If anything, you bend the knee to the older black voters and the older Hispanic voters who are loyal day one when they go to the primaries. Because at the end of the day, who go to primaries? Older black and brown folks. Older people. And Maya's losing sight out of that. And now she just dig a grave for herself. Sad. I was worried about her trying to play both sides. Yes, Kyle, same here. Like, I said the same thing. I said the same exact thing. And I've been saying it, and nobody listened to me. Like, literally, nobody listened to me. But like I said, I hope it's worth it. Because there's a lot of places that's having mayor campaigns. Boston is having theirs. Boston's going to have the first black woman to be their mayor. And I know somebody from Boston is watching, and I'm rooting for them. And I know New York is going to have their first black mayor since David Dinkins, and it's going to be a man. It's going to be Adams. Adams is skating away with that shit like he skating away on the bike with that nomination. Like, zoom, 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 zoom. Everybody said, I'm afraid it's going to be Yang. I was like, Black people's going to make sure it's not going to be Yang. They're going to vote for Adams. Because Adams is running an effective campaign. He's running actually a very positive campaign. He's running a campaign where he is not slandering nobody. Adams is running the most effective campaign right now that he is talking to the old church mothers that give you the candy. He has the longest resume. Yep, Lee. 1 minute they're about, you, the next minute. That's why I don't trust them. And speaking of not trusting them. So while I was at the dentist, which I got news, I got to get a root canal and some back teeth pull out. People already started their shit. Oh, yeah, I will be watching that on YouTube first thing tomorrow morning because I got to take Tylenol after this. But, of course, Morales is falling apart. She got scandals. On my Twitter space last night, the conversation was lit. Like, you even had people that never spoke before, never heard their voices before, spoke on it. So, that's right there. But, people like fucking with me online. People don't realize I'm about that life online and for real life. So, even though I don't like to fight no more, but if I got to I will. So, this person named Sasha, whatever her name is, decided that they like effing with me. So this here had nothing to do with, keep in mind, I had a typo, so here it is. This is why I will never consider these white male, and I meant to say male, I said make leftists as allies. Just because you have BLM in your bio doesn't mean that you will still carry out their ancestors. They will still carry out their ancestors' ritual towards black people, and especially black women. Now, keep in mind, this black man said, "Stay pressed." This white man stay pressed. Wow, vicious stuff. You nailed me. JJ said something. Then this JJ said something. Then this other guy said you keep whatever screenshots. And then Spencer, he's a troll. He likes to slide in people's comments. I think he's trying to amplify his following. But this Sasha person was like, of what? First of all, I wasn't speaking to Sasha. Most of those was men. I didn't even know Sasha was in here. This screenshot was not for her. Obviously, Sasha felt some kind of way. She thought I misgender her. So she called me a transphobic person. She kept popping up in my comments. I'm just going to read them all, and then I'm going to read her. Sasha calling me a transphobic is definitely a reach. Also, multiple people there weren't white, and it's super transphobic to refer me as a male. Now, I read the thing to you. Did I call anybody a male? Did I call her a male? She was not even, I didn't even talk about her. You're angry because they're supporting a different black woman who is running for office than you. I'm not mad at Nina Turner, boo. I'm not mad at Nina Turner. Nina Turner is getting all the smoke that she deserved from Twitter and from constituents in her place in Cleveland. And smoke from Chantel Brown. And I said, it's Thursday morning. Already these white leftist men and women are already calling me a racist and a transphobic. The reaching is that bad before lunchtime. I was at the dentist. And then somebody called me a grifter. Like, I make money off doing this. I do this shit for free. Free 99. You know who's my source of income? Unemployment. So happened I worked a really good job. So that's how I'm able to live and maintain. And then they said I am a flip-flopper. Yeah, okay. Yep, calling me and everyone else a bigot. There's more, but I'm going to read it. You misgender trans people, bigot. That's what she called me. Because I said it's 12:30. And leaving my disappointment to go to get vaccinated, the Warren Democrats, the disgruntled online left, not actual Warren supporters, decided to call me a racist and a transphobic after tweeting that. And then as I celebrate getting fully vaxxed, yep, she did win it on Turner. I saw that. Yep. And she quoted my tweet multiple times. I was like, I'm here for Yvette Nicole Brown going in on bitches. So as this person cited my comments, Sasha, the same Sasha, I said I'm fully vaccinated. She said I am fully transphobic. After celebrating getting fully vaxxed. So, it's time to read Sasha. Sasha, I wasn't talking to you. You're a non-factor. But the reason why I'm reading you, because you kept sliding in my comments calling me a transphobic person. Do you know what a transphobic person is? What is the meaning of being transphobic? Because the last time I checked, I am an open person. I care about people. But since you're calling me a transphobic person, let's just read the thing transphobic, because I guess some people really need a lesson on what it is to be a transphobic or a homophobic person. Because since people want to call people names and character assassinate them. Transphobic is an adjective. Yes, I gotta get, all educated 101. Transphobic. The meaning of transphobic is having or showing a dislike or a prejudice against transsexual or transgender people. So once again, the meaning of transphobic is an adjective. Having or showing a dislike of or prejudice against transsexual or transgender people. So in a sentence, bullying is commonly unpinned by sexist, homophobic, and transphobic attitudes. So I want to propose this question to Sasha, because since Sasha said I misgender her, Give me an example where I misgender you, ma'am. Do you have any receipts? Obviously you don't. But I would like to say this to you. Sasha, that message was not for you. You're a non-factor. Now I know you got like less than 700, followers. I get it. You want to make your account known. So you come after someone like me who got a little bit of a bigger, 10 times bigger platform than you, or maybe more a platform than you. And because I got it, because I'm me. I know it hurts. And it hurts that Elizabeth Warren did not get the nomination to be the Democratic presidential nominee, nor she didn't get selected to be Joe Biden's vice president. I get it. I truly, truly understand it, girl. I understand. However, your anger should not be at me, boo. Your anger should be at your fellow people who did not show up to the primaries, or better yet, also at Ryan Knight, who switched Nitro on your asses. Your anger should be towards him and your fellow Warren supporters, and not me. And apologizing to you, I don't gotta apologize to you, because why? Because I wasn't talking to you. So you could take your Karen energy somewhere else and leave my grown ass the fuck alone. Because you don't want none of this smoke from me. So I advise you to live your life, and I do me. Okay, boo? Thank you. And to all the grifting and the disgruntled online leftists, the blue checks and the sour milk ones. Yes, this message is for you. I did not hurt you. I did not come after you I didn't say anything to you. I screenshotted a photo of my tweets because you people keep coming after me. More so the white men. Y'all have other people that come after y'all that are men of different races, and y'all choose to come after black women. Why? Why? Are you that obsessed? I don't know why. Because nobody ain't thinking about y'all. But because y'all keep fucking with a person like me, I'm here to tell y'all this. You don't want me to engage with you. I am not getting suspended for none of y'all bastards, okay? So I advise you wholeheartedly to leave me the whole entire fuck alone. Because you don't want this smoke at all. Okay? Thank you. I'm going to read some of the comments. If you were remotely either transphobic or homophobic, I wouldn't watch your lives or follow you. Gay dude who really enjoys your posts and analysis. And I know you aren't about that life. Exactly. I mean, I don't care what your lifestyle is, honestly, to tell you the truth. It doesn't bother me. As long as you're a decent human being. If you're not a decent human being, I ain't fucking with you. I'm just straight up, like, honestly. But I appreciate, because there's a lot of people in the K-Hop that are LGBTQ, that are black, that are red, that are white, that are green, that are blue. I don't discriminate against none of y'all. Just don't come for me. That's all. All I ask, if you don't start with me. That's all I ask. I don't start with people, but damn it, I finish the shit. I finish it to the point where motherfuckers have to block me. Like, hello? Like, don't mess with me. It's just that simple. Keep your distance. No, stop sliding in my comments. Thinking that I'm not going to respond back. Duh. You know why, and yes, they are. And in terms of Nina Turner deserves all the smoke that she is getting from Yvette Nicole Brown, from Chantel Brown, and many other people. She deserved that smoke because she kept talking shit about the Democratic Party for 5.5 years. And she acts like why she's getting all the smoke, because she deserved every bit of that shit. And for the last time, stop putting your trust and stock in these white Democrats. From the conservative Democrats, the moderate Democrats, and definitely the white leftists as well. Stop putting your stock in them. Because why? Because they're not to be trusted. Because at the end of the day, they will vote for the opposition. And it will take black people once again to save the day. Yeah, the VP slander for me, I was too through. I was through with Nina Turner from when she disrespected Hillary Clinton. That was wrong. When Hillary Clinton wasn't even thinking about her. Like, they all gonna have their day. Every dog has their day, as my grandmother always said. So, that, leave it there. But until then, you have a good night. I'm going to take my Tylenol and I'm going to go to bed. And hopefully I wake up fine tomorrow morning. And also catch me in my live. My official live is tomorrow. Because I will have a full agenda tomorrow, I guess. So take care of yourself. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Lee.